A cyber breach is arguably the most likely scenario that every organization will run into from a crisis PR standpoint. And it will significantly impact the ability for their customers, their partners, their investors, and their employees to trust them. Getting communication right will be essential for any organization. And yet we've seen time and time again, most companies get it wrong. Good companies have a cybersecurity action plan. The better companies have one that incorporates PR into that function, and at a minimum, including these 3 elements. First, get a communication out to all audiences in rapid fashion, ideally within 1 business day of knowing that the problem occurred. Waiting too long will only exacerbate the problem. You are already running the risk of people having a lack of trust in being able to secure their data. Having to tell them that that incident occurred days, weeks, months, or God forbid, years ago is only going to exacerbate problems infinitely. Second, don't underestimate the problem. We have countless examples of organizations having to go back out to the public, even days later, to explain to them that the amount of members that were affected by a cyber breach was bigger than they expected. That's the worst case scenario. If you have to, overestimate the amount of impact that a cyber breach has. If you got to scale it back, that's a far better scenario to have than to actually go over and say that the problem was worse than you knew. Third is to be sure to follow up. 1 press release and 1 announcement is just not enough. You're now in the business of restoring the trust with your constituents, customers, partners, investors, and employees. You have to do so on a regular basis, showing what you're doing to repair the issue and to ensure it doesn't happen again. You're going to have to create landing pages, get social media accounts in order, regular e-blasts, and other manners with which you feel is going to be necessary to effectively engage the audience, showing empathy and, as important, action, and in a timely manner. If you do that, you have a better than average chance of keeping the customers who are loyal to you already and not distracting other customers from coming at you at some point. If you don't do that right, not only could you possibly drain the remaining cash you have in the bank, but could also put at risk the company's very existence. This is as important of a crisis PR event as any will undertake, and probably the one that's most likely.